this song, Happy Aquarius Season, last day being 22, so I had to bring out the bunny hat. Like, hello, I love bunny hat. New Jeans is 5, Supernatural, how sweet, mwah. But love Aquarius, Tinashe, mwah. I've been a nasty girl. Megan Thee Stallion is also one of my favorite Aquarians because like like it's Megan Thee Stallion. Like, that is the hot girl coach. Like, that is Tina Snow. Like, that's Megan Thee Stallion. Welcome to Memento Everyday with Manny Rico. I am your host. I'm so excited because 1, I turn 23 tomorrow. 2, I love doing these type of videos where it's like 22 things, or like, you know, because I've been doing them since I was like 18, 19. So 22 things I learned at 22, I feel like are going to be totally different from the things that, you know, like, what if they're the same? What if they're the same? But I feel like I haven't looked back. I'm kind of like spooked to look back. I feel like I sometimes read my past journal entries and I'm like, aw. And low-key, I feel like the biggest takeaway is that the whimsy and the naiveness is within. Like, that is my true nature. So I'm like, wow, I've always been crazy. But those are the things that we've learned, and we'll get to it. But first things first, I'm the realist. I got this new book because 1, I can't say no to old ladies. Like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, if an old lady was like, give me all your money, I'll be like, okay. But she was like, this is my favorite book. I think she just needed to sell me stuff. But got this book. She kind of convinced me with like sci-fi, aliens and stuff. I also got myself this book because you'll see a vlog, I think tomorrow. There is a vlog tomorrow on our adventure of this book and some unfortunate events that I'll tell you later. I just love The Alchemist. My like 16-year-old bestie Karina, like, she introduced me to that book and it changed my life. I also got this today. It's called Rooted, and it's basically it's just this really amazing book, a personal series of short meditations, very intimate. It's on earth and science and how our body, thoughts, and minds and spirits are affected by the whole of nature, and they affect this whole in return. So it's kind of like, in this time of crisis, how can we best live upon our imperial beloved earth? So I'm just, you know, like, I think, 1, I'm so excited for this Aquarius season because I'm doing it single. Like, mwah. I've spent the last 2 Aquarian seasons in relationships. So doing it single, it's kind of hella tea. Like, I love being single because, hello, like, single, ready to mingle. Although I'm not mingling. I don't really mingle. Mainly because one of my biggest intention and focus is friends. So I've been, you know, I gotta text my friends back, or I need to hang out with my friends. But with that, we're gonna start our things that we learned this cycle. We're going to start with the 22 things that I learned at 22. My 22 year cycle kind of was, well, isn't it like your 23rd technically? But my 22nd year of life was a little interesting. To generalize it, I had my second boyfriend, who was also an Aquarian, and my mother passed, and I moved out. Those were like the biggest things that happened last year. Well, it was boyfriend, then breakup. So wait, you already know this, but I have to recap this because 22 things I learned at 22. Hello, it's like the recap, so we can start fresh for my 23rd. So we can be like, girl, that was last season. Last season being our 23 year of life. Also, hella pink, love pink. I also got this bracelet today in Boulder, because love Boulder, but it's green. What did he say? I took a picture because this rock is very important. It's green Aventurine, good luck, prosperity, brings hope, joy, vitality, optimism, being present in one's experience, provides comfort, compassion, heart-centered activities, clears heart chakra, guards against metaphysical vampirism of heart energy, and protects against environmental pollution. Hella nice. Like, I love it. So I got this, and he told me that this was also part of this type of crystal. And I also... Hold on. Oh my god, where are they? Sorry. I also got these crystals. So I got amethyst. So amethyst, amethyst is my birthstone. So 1, love. 2, it's also good for creativity and good energy. And then I got another green aventurine, but I need to light some incense and cleanse that. So, and I have to cleanse I feel like I have to cleanse my bracelet too. So we'll do that after this. But I feel like it's very important. So I didn't really wear jewelry, and it's one of those things that you kind of just, as you live and as you explore yourself and as you like shop around, or as you look around, or just meet different people and see their collections, you get inspired. There's this other bracelet that I love, and it's amethyst, and it's like half, and it's so beautiful, and I was like, that might be my next one, because it's like, and I also switched, so these rings would go on this hand, but it looked too busy with 3 rings, so it's just like, these are, Manny Rico. But anyways, so I had a boyfriend, ex, got my heart broken for the first time, then moved out, very grateful. Then mother passed in like 5 months, so I was just like, god damn. And so I've just been grieving and like feeling a lot. Like, I'm a Scorpio moon and rising, so everything is kind of like at 100 at times. So I've been, the things that we've been learning, you will see there's a pattern of like a lot of deep emotions because I feel a lot. So first one is, your lover is not at the club. The first thing that I learned, your lover is not at the club. The people who you meet at the club are your friends. Like the club is meant to create community and to dance and to giggle and to support local drag. That is what the club is for. The club is not for you to meet your husband. I'm sorry, but your lover's not at the club, bae. That's just that. Like, our main focus is friends and community and supporting local drag, not trying to find your husband at the club. Like, but also, I don't judge, me judging, but that's what I learned, bae. Like, you do your video of things you've learned throughout your birthday, throughout your birth cycle, and then, you can put that in, like, I will find my lover in the club. But I don't think you will. I mean, at least I don't think I will. My lover's not at the club. I feel like it's very important for me to like kind of realize what places I most thrive at, and it's usually my house, because I like to stay home. Or like a little coffee shop, crystal shop, yoga studio, boxing studio, art studio, maybe like a mixing DJ party thing, maybe art museum, the zoo, a vegan restaurant. Like, I love. So I didn't upload a podcast last week, and I had a really, really cute date because I went to, by myself, because we're not dating. Like, 23 is for friends and for community and to support local drag. So, also speaking of drag, RuPaul's Drag Race, the newest season, I was watching it last night and I fell asleep. I was already tired. It was like, I got home from my friends around like 1:30. So I was just like, well, I'm kind of awake, so let me watch the newest episode. And I fell asleep before the lip sync, so I have no idea who goes home. I imagine it's like, I know it's not Blair. I love Blair. I know it's not Juicy. So it might be like Darlene. My winner, to be honest, either Nini Coco, Vida, Kenya, Juicy. I low-key want Juicy to win really bad. Oh, Jane Doe. Jane Doe, Juicy, and Vida. And then Kenya. But it might be like Nini Coco and Jane Doe, top two. But I hope Juicy is also there. But yeah, low-key love. Like, this season's really good. I think it's yummy. I feel like it's not it's nice. I'm like, yeah, like, support your local drag. So, also, there are, my local bars does like viewing parties, and I love going to those, but someone's gonna be there, and so I'm just like, dog, like what do you even do in those situations? Like, I feel like, yes, like you don't own the bar, but like, Aki, but also, like, who gives a fuck? Like, I think, like, you should be able to show up places and like, okay, yeah, like, you're there and I'm here, like, whatever, it's fine. Like, I think it's like, whatever, it's fine. Anyways, second thing is action is motivation. So I learned when I moved out, a lot of things were not getting done. Well, not a lot of things. I am a person who can lock in, but at times I can be very like, I just need a bed rot, or like I just need to not do anything, and I'm just going to, you know, not cook. I'm not going to pick up, bare minimum. And that also kind of was a product of, like, you know, grief. But to get out of that rut, I learned that you kind of just have to move. Like, you kind of just have to take action. You kind of have to just do it. Like, literally, like, you have to pick up either the broom or the camera or the, you know, the mic. Like, pick up the mic. Do nothing without intention. Do nothing. I love Solange. I just want to wake up to the sun and sit around. Okay, we have to, throughout the podcast, we have to, like, talk about the music that I love, because I feel like my life, there's no meaning in my life if I don't listen to music, or if there's no music around me. I love. Mwah. Arriba Solange. Thank you, Solange. Thank you, Beyonce. I'm so sorry, Beyonce. You look like Luther Vandross. I love, you know, in season 14 when Willow Pill and Bosco do, they do like a lip sync episode, and Willow and Bosco lip sync to the Luther Vandross song, and it's like, and Willow's like, dun, 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 dun. It's so, I love that song, and that lip sync. Anyways, action is motivation. Genuinely, like, just get moving. Like, if there's something you need to do, there is nothing that will get you to just do it, is if you literally just detach yourself and just fucking pick up the sponge and the soap for this wet ass pussy. Grab a grab a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. I'm talking wow. I love Cardi B. Like, low-key, I want to go to her concert. Like, it would be so fun. Like, I love Outside, where she's like, all summer. I love. Anyways, so at least for me, that's kind of what I found. Like, just literally, like, at times with, like, I feel like I was a little lazy with, like, my podcasting and my YouTube. I allowed myself to be lazy with with those things, because I was like, I don't gain anything beating myself up, because it's like, I'm an Aquarius bae. Like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. So I was just like, I have to just surrender and flow and accept, like, this moment, and just, you know, allow it be. And you kind of have to allow yourself just to rot and do nothing. But at some point, you got to pick up, you got to do something, bae. Like, you got to do what you love, because your life is just going to rot, and you're going to, like, you know. But with that being said, we have, when I get this, like, anxious feeling that I'm wasting time, and that is, like, the worst feeling ever, because it's kind of like a burnt, like, energy, like, like you feel like ugh, like you want to. I feel like whenever I get those feelings of like either I'm doom scrolling or like I'm not doing anything, I'm just bed rotting, I want to be like stretched out like Elastic Girl, because you feel just like so uncomfy in your body. So it's like we really do have to like sense what fuels our system and our creativity and our heart and our love, and we have to do it. Like we have to do it. We also have to be patient and okay with ourselves. But that's that. The third thing that I learned is the concept of not thinking. I'm I'm an overthinker. I'll sometimes won't think enough, but I'll sometimes think too much. So I like to overthink, babe. But luckily, I meditation, which is also on here, and this mantra of no thinking is so. This guy, I met this old gay guy, old gay guy. Well, elder gay, elder femme gay at the gym, and he was like a tai chi instructor. And he called me one day. I had a crazy hangover, so I was at my favorite park at Commons Park, and it was sunny. And he called me, and he was telling me how I had to put my feet on the grass and literally be like, no thinking, like no thinking, like no thinking. And telling yourself this, like no thinking, no thinking, no thinking, it is genuinely life saving to me, being an overthinker, but also being someone who like at times is just so in their head, and like it being so in my head, it can create like insecurities and just like laziness and procrastination. So no thinking is so important. It's such an important mantra to me. Like no thinking, like stop thinking. And also, I guess we'll get into the fourth one, which is shrooms. I learned that shrooms are a beautiful tool to use. When I was on a trip, my recent trip, I was laying on my rug, and I like I was just staring at a blank wall, and I started like I started thinking about not thinking. So I started thinking on how certain objects are just existing. Like, let's say my plants, because I have a lot of plants. I was like looking at my plants. I was like, my plants, they just exist. Like, there is no, they don't worry about stuff outside of their exterior. They focus on, how they can grow and how, their soil. They focus on that shit. And at times I find myself overthinking or just thinking a lot. And on that trip, it kind of made me realize, like, oh, like, you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to be constantly overthinking or constantly, like, putting, like, extra anxious thoughts in your head. Like, you don't have to do this. Like, I was learning that you get to choose what thoughts you pay attention to. And it's a very beautiful reminder, and it's a very beautiful thing to, like, constantly repeat to yourself, because I feel like at times we're so stuck that we don't realize that we can detach and look bird eyes view and be like, oh, of course, like I can just move on. Like I can literally just move on. Like I can just be like, you know what? I'm gonna move on. Like I'm gonna do something else. And that's all it takes. Like I feel like at times when I get in those odd ruts of creativity, or like not wanting to text people back, or not wanting to cook, or not wanting to meditate, or not wanting to work out, or not wanting to do art or anything, or write, or just anything, it's because I'm just in my head, or because I'm like constantly like insecure, or constantly thinking about something. So it's like, bitch, stop. Like, stop, move on, let go. Action is motivation. Go pick it up, and as you flow, as you go, it'll be better, So, excuse me. Sorry. So using like psychedelics is very beautiful in that sense, because I feel like, I'm like, hello Rebel, Wellsperm. I was telling my friends that this should taste like, this has Wellsperm, and like it tastes like Wellsperm. Like, I'm sorry, the sugar-free one tastes like candy. It tastes like cotton candy. But as I was saying, number 5, friendships should be a priority. I learned that, and so grateful, because I feel like, so when my mom passed, I obviously, like, she left this insane like void of just like there's just the love of your mother is irreplaceable. Like I will never ever be loved the same way my mother loved me. Maybe by my siblings I might feel that love, or maybe if I have kids or whatever it is. But no, like specifically a mother's love is just the most beautiful love you could ever experience. So one, to be able to experience that form of love, I'm eternally grateful. Like I am beyond grateful, and I appreciate having being able to experience that love. Um, Two, I think it's a love that I learned that I shouldn't chase because it can develop bad toxic relationships. And no one can replace that love. And three, when she passed, she left me with friends who I've felt insanely loved by. Like all of my friends, like every single person that has ever like, you know, either reached out to me or like hung out with me through these past months. I've been internally grateful as well. And I feel like I prioritized friendships earlier this year, and this is like the product, and like this is the result of how when you love unconditionally, or like when you're a good friend, like people, like when you're a good person, people will be good back. Like what you give is what you receive. And I'm beyond grateful for these people, and I think it's something that I'm always working on. Right now the most is like communication, like text these people back. I'm usually really good recently because Aquarius season, like rewired, hello. But I think it's something that is a constant, obviously a constant work in progress. But friendships are always a priority. Like lovers, I feel like right now, no. Like I'm 23. Like I don't no, babe. Like for real lover is going to be 28, and that's when like I go to intensive therapy, which I that's on here. So I'm like, friendship should be a priority, like at any age, but especially in your early, young, age, because this is when you're discovering what you like. And I feel like having these different relationships teaches you about humans, and it teaches you how to how to work together, and like how to, you know, it's beautiful. Like having friends is so beautiful, and I'm so grateful I'm able to like experience this, because a lot of people don't have friends, and I think that also stems from like you really do have to put yourself out there, and you also really do have to like care and talk, like not like you have to ask your friends how they're doing. You have to pay attention to what they tell you. Like I love being an attentive friend. At times I do feel like I can be a bit detached and like not reply for like a week, but I think those relationships, those specific relationships, they know me and I know them. We see each other. So, mwah, thank you. Six, you are what you eat. I don't know if that's a little controversial, but you are what you eat. Like this year I went back, my 22nd year cycle, he went back to being Christian. I went back to being vegan-esque because I still ate cheese. And low key, like I do feel much better. And I do think now recently I've been cooking, hello, so that's also been beautiful. And I think you truly are what you eat. Like if you eat shit food, it's going to show in your skin. It's going to show in how you can walk. It's going to show in how you breathe. It's going to show in how you sleep. It's going to show in how you use the bathroom. It's going to show, like, I'm not saying that I am a whore for like, a burger or like a pizza or like I think that's like it right now. Taco Bell. But maybe like let's pick up a squash pooks, or like let's pick up some carrot beet juice, or let's pick up some falafel sammies. Like I love a falafel sammy, or let's make some pasta. I feel like cooking is also such a like sexy skill to have, and it's also like a really important skill to have with my vegan ass. Like, bitch, you need to get your veggies on. So I've been that's kind of been the vibe lately, and it's also something that I've kind of been learning. Also, like when you eat really bad, you kind of don't have energy to like be productive or like to paint or like to read or to do whatever because you're just like lazy. So it's like reminding myself that like I want to eat healthy so I can be healthy. But also like you can, eat junk food. Like it's fine. Next is you have to move your body every day. It kind of ties in, but I think I did move my body almost every day in my 22nd year cycle because I got back into boxing, which thank fucking God. Like there's such a beautiful flow and such a beautiful present state that you reach when you're boxing, when you're like the second minute, like repetition. It's just amazing. It's just a really amazing thing, and it's also a hobby, and it also allows me to release a lot of my like anxiety and a lot of my like sadness and a lot of my like anger. It's amazing. Like I truly cannot recommend boxing more, and it's also like such a good workout. Like it's a full body workout, so it's like mwah. But I want to do more yoga. You have like it's really important to move your body, guys. Like I could like it's very important. And also drinking water. Water's life. My mom would be like, "Aguas vida," because water is life. Like what we are a lot of, like we need to drink water. Next is you need to be in bed by 9. These are like my healthy ones that I've learned. I slept like shit all my 22nd year cycle. Like when I blow those candles, I'm going to wish for a good sleep cycle because I slept horrible. But I am very grateful because I didn't know how much fun, and I fell in love with night as well. But I think it's time that I sleep at 9 again. And I think like during this time, I love making my morning routine. And there's nothing more that I love than like waking up early to go work out, like, and like read and journal. That's like my favorite thing to do. And we need to get back on that shit because that's what the winter's for me, especially Aquarius season. Because like this Aquarius season is so important, especially when we're welcoming Pluto. Like we have to use all this energy, and like there's all this energy is already there. We just have to tap into it and like I don't want to say lock in, but like lock in. Like there's a lot of things that we were leaving for like that we were what's it called, procrastinating. It's like it's gonna get done, and I'm so excited. Like I'm so beyond excited. Sorry, I'm getting like cramps. But we need to be in bed by 9. Like we need to get our sleep. We need to get our sleep. Like our sleep is important. And I at times I'm like I don't want to waste. I feel like I'm wasting time with sleep, but that's fine. There's more time than life. So then 9, and this one is a silly one, but you need to invest, and you need to create a Robinhood account and invest in XRP. Buy some crypto. No, XRP. Some shit. Robinhood. You got just do something there because it's important for like retirement and money and whatever when you're older. Blah blah. Also, the phone is evil. That's my 10th one. The phone is evil. The phone is hella evil. I doom scrolled more than I read, more than I wrote, more than I drew. And that's a problem. That is not okay. I doom scrolled more than I went to I spent more time doom scrolling than I could have gone to the art museum. Like, the phone is evil. I feel like it can be fun to, when you create and when you post and blah, blah, blah. But we have to learn how to put that shit down. But it is also a really good tool to figure out what's going on in the world, because there is a lot of bad shit going on in the world right now, especially with ICE. ICE is killing, it literally just killed an innocent person. A nurse yesterday. It killed a mom like a couple weeks ago, and they detained a kid who was not who was literally wearing a hat like this. Like they're Nazis. Also, the Nazis were influenced by Americans before, so it's just like, happy birthday. So I'm just kind of like, fuck, and there were protests literally today as well, and it's kind of like it's so hard living in a world like this because it's kind of like in America we can still, it's kind of dystopian as fuck. But when you go to places like, literally not even anymore, because hello, like I don't know, babe. Like, just vote, just vote. Especially right now with, I think this current. But yeah, literally just vote. Literally just vote. Yes, that's actually a really good thing we can do. Just vote. Search up right now. We gotta do that. So then, 11. Everyone has their own energy. Everyone has their own mood. When you reach out to someone, you cannot expect them to be in the same wavelength as you, and you cannot take things personally. I sometimes have a bad habit of taking things personally. Not like resentment, more so like it hurts me, like it makes me sad, like it makes my nervous system like act up, like I'm just like, oh my god, like they hate me. But no, everyone has their own energy, everyone has their own world, like especially like me. It's like whenever I get like that, I'm always like, wait, you do this and you don't feel this way towards them, you're just like in your own energy. So I'm like, oh, so just always remember, okay, always remember that. Next, love is all you have. Okay, I I've always been a person who would love, because we are love, but I never actually understood the importance and like how big and how meaningful this actually is, and like what it covers. And it all stemmed again from losing my mother. I think the biggest thing in my 22nd year lifespan is that I lost my mother. That is like the biggest, most like, that's like the craziest thing to ever happen to me, to be honest. Like, well, one of, but like that's like insane. Like that's just so fucking insane. So I'm sorry I keep talking about it, but my mother's love was so genuine and so unconditional. Even though she was in a cult, she still loved me, like even if I wasn't gay. And she was just everything. So I feel like when she left, it showed me that that love is all that you, that like that love that you give is really all that these people stay with. So I'm just like, we really do have to love everyone and like give everyone love. And like, and number 13, how you make people feel is important. It ties in 13 with 12, because how you make people feel is how they will remember, and how it can really change people's like day and life, like how you treat people. Like, again, my mom, she treated people with kindness and just empathy. And there's such a lack of empathy right now with humans, especially like just in general. Like there's such a lack of empathy, and I feel like kindness and just being nice and like caring about other humans is so important. So I'm just like, let's, let's do more of this, please. Also 14, the importance in balancing drugs, like alcohol, weed, whatever it is. Like, I think when you're young, you kind of but I think I have addictive genes. So as I get older, I want to learn how to balance all of these things and balance, like for drinking, I kind of do know my limit. With other fun stuff, I think it, it tends to be, we're learning how we can balance and how a little goes a long way. So I think that also comes with age, like, So I appreciate and I love that I allowed myself to have fun with, little fun stuff. Um, only Earth naturally grown, but I do think that as we get older, we have to learn how to find balance, and that's something that we have to keep in the back of our head, because everything with excessiveness can just, I have addictive genes. Like, I'd rather be addicted to like creating and meditation and loving humans than like drugs. So it's like, and books and writing and shit, like my hobbies. I'd rather be addicted to that than like this kind of stuff. But to their own. 15, La Santa Muerte is a divine, like, I was only taught that it was just like something to be fearful of and like somewhat evil. But I've been reading this book that Alfredo gave me. Thank you. Well, not gave me. Like I'm reading. I'm gonna give it back. But like like he let me, and it's. I think like one of the biggest things is kind of like faith is something that is so one. It's so personal, and also it's so beautiful because for something like there are so many different things, but for something in specific to connect with someone and for you to trust this entity and for you to like just believe and for you to just love and like respect and in some way respect so much that you fear it. I genuinely find beauty and love that because I grew up in that system and I truly have witnessed how that faith, like having a faith like that, can save. So there are some that are anti-gay, and that's kind of like look within. But when you have faith like that, I think it is very beautiful. And so learning how to respect and like appreciate things, whether you didn't grow up with them or whether you've been told that they're bad, it's also a very beautiful thing. And you learn a lot of beautiful things from. I love learning about different beliefs because it's my agnostic atheist ass loves to just combine shit and just like make it my own. Because that's truly what, like, girl, like where the universe experienced in human form, like I'm gonna see how I can interpret this in Manny Rico world. Like, hello. So next is nature is my god. Like, I feel like the universe and the moon and the water and the air I breathe and the plants and like water, like actual drinking water, it's a god. Like, this shit is what keeps me alive. Like, it's the same way that I feel like people who can bring life to earth are superior to men. Like, they just are. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like, they can bring life to earth. Are you, like, the main reason why we're alive, like life, to live, to feel, they can grow that in their tummy and they can bring it to earth. Like, you are nothing. Like, me, I am nothing. I can't bring life to earth. I am nothing. Like, we're just men. We're just animals. If you can bring life to earth, you are, I feel like for me personally, like, you're a god. Like, you're bringing life to earth. Like, that is, like, that's divine. And I feel like that's why misogyny and like men hate people who can bring life to earth, because they can't do that. And so they'll just resort to violence and guns because tiny dick syndrome. So next, never, the 17th, then I learned to never lose your whimsy. That's going to be another podcast topic, but in my darkest moments, like when my mom was in the hospital, I was still looking at the clouds. I was looking at the swan in the fucking little lake thing. I was looking at how the trees moved. I was on the swing, like, while I went to go on the swings, and I was like, you can't, like, there are such dark times, but you cannot allow times like these to like overshadow just the joy of living and the joy that there is to explore and discover. Like, there's so much love and beauty and life waiting for me and for you and for everyone, that a lot of these experiences, yes, horrible, never allow them to just steal your joy and steal your whimsy and steal your naiveness even, because truly, like, honestly, like, that's all that matters. Like, I feel like the world can be so evil and harsh and mean, but if you at your core can be warm and love and light and like stay like kind and nice to yourself, you'll like kind of push through, and you will create a world full of kindness and just whimsy, and you'll kind of combat the negative circumstances with a very much kinder heart and mentality. And I've discovered and I've experienced that doing stuff like that is much better, and like it has much better results than like kind of having a very negative, bad view of the world, like Don't think that way. Think. Okay, 18, turn unappreciated energy inwards. So during my relationship earlier in my 22-year cycle, I um I realized that a lot of the love and like the energy that I was giving out was not being reciprocated, or it wasn't being, matched, which on me, because no one is going to give you the same energy that you give, because every energy is special and different. So I think that's also kind of like understanding, and like this is why relationships shouldn't last more than like 7-8 months when you're in your early 20s, because these relationships are meant to show you like how you navigate relationships and how you deal with these things. Because now I know these things, like my energy will not be matched, or I know that like I prefer partners who are a little bit, who aren't so, overly clingy, but who are also not so dry. Like I like a good middle. I also realize that I appreciate texting, but I would probably appreciate a call maybe. Stuff like that kind of just makes you learn different things in relationships. And so when it's at times like really long relationships, I get spooked out, because it's like, goddamn, like you're not, like you're not like exploring the waters. But that's me. That's me as an Aquarian Manny Rico. I think like I love people who can love for a long time, but like in your early 20s, like what is your favorite book? Anyways, I think you can read while still being in a relationship. I don't know what I'm saying. I've just, I've never dated more than 6 months. So that Ariana Grande song, never been with a boy more than 6 months. I'm low-key giving Dangerous Woman. Like, this is Dangerous Woman. I love Ariana. My diva. I love her. So I also learned 19. I am crazy. I am genuinely crazy. Like, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, Aquarius Sun. I'm fucking crazy. Like, I in terms of like, I'm very detached. I realize, not very, but I can be. Like, if I want to, I will be. I'll be like, okay, I don't care. I do have a lot of like interesting, crazy taste stuff. Like, I like interesting stuff, and not a lot of people will. I think that's, but like, I'm just a crazy person. Like, I like, even my sisters are like, you're crazy, and I'm like, right. So it's something that we kind of have. I've learned, and I've like accepted and surrendered to like the thought of like, I'm just a crazy bitch. And also I need therapy, which I've learned therapy is kind of like a source of navigating these situations. So I have to do this before I turn 30. Before 20, after my frontal lobe develops, I'll get into therapy. So then, I learned how to be more wiser. Number 21. I learned how to, 20. Meditation saves. My 20th thing that I learned is meditation saves. Meditation truly, truly saves. Mantras like, thinking, or staying positive, or just feeling, or just inhaling, exhaling. There's so much power in breath work, and meditation is so, 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 so important. That and boxing have truly allowed me to like not lose my mind, and I'm internally grateful. Meditation is truly beautiful, and I cannot recommend Insight Timer, because they have guided meditations you can do for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It's amazing. But truly try meditation, and it like just focuses your mind so beautifully. 21st, I learned how to be more wiser in how I shop. In this birth cycle, the biggest thing that I learned was how my money contributes to genocide across the world. And I think it's also very important to shop local, because you're supporting your community, and you really do have power in boycotting and in how you spend your money. Like, we saw that in in Starbucks, we saw that in Target, we saw it in Amazon, we saw it in fucking like, we saw it all at places. So it's very important to boycott, and it does not take longer than 5 seconds to be like, to Google, are they in the boycott? And it'll literally tell you, yes, they support Israel, or yes, they do this, or whatever. Like, please do your research at times, because boycotting is very important, and I think that is one way. Lab off. I think that is one way to like make your voice be heard, or like make your opinion and use your influence wisely, you know. 22nd, last one, most important. I learned that life is just a long cycle of restarting. So this one, I was today in Trident, I was just like, I was thinking, I was trying not to overthink. So I was just like, what is a constant thing that happened this year? And it was restarting. There's always a restart, but it's always every day. I restart every day. There's a restart every day. We have a restart every day. Whether you feel like that or you don't, we do. Like, we have brand new 24 hours. We've never lived these 24 hours. We don't know if we have a new 24 hours ahead of us. And the past 24 hours already passed. They're gone. They're absolutely gone. They're gone. We only have right now. I only have this second. I only have this second. I only have this second. Like, that's how we we can restart whenever. So it's a constant cycle of restarting, and it's a constant cycle of like picking yourself up and like hugging yourself and doing a journal entry or doing a meditation or doing a yoga class and going and going and going. But I kind of stopped viewing it as like, what am I chasing? Like, what do I need to do? Or like, why am I not feeling like fulfilled? There's nothing to fulfill. We are simply just existing, and we're simply just experiencing. And the only goal is to feel. Whether we feel happy, sad, creative, energetic, whatever, as long as we're feeling, that is the most important. So then we bring in new people. We bring in new hobbies. We do the hobbies we love. I think that is truly a really important base of just getting older, and like having that, for me, having that cemented and having that as a core, you know, just we're a cycle of restart, and like we're a constant progress. Like, I think that's beautiful, and it's nice, and it's helpful, because at times I'll overthink myself into like a bad anxiety hole, and it's like, bitch, breathe, inhale, exhale, exist, and go text your friend back. But I love you so much. Happy birthday, Manny. I love you.